I consider myself a blessed man. How many men can boast that their wife makes homemade bread? Pardon me, I'm eating. But how many men can boast that these days? You know, ladies, a couple of tips. You want your man to appreciate you? You really want your man to appreciate you? Cook for him. Do his dishes. Do his laundry. Be a wife. He ain't never going to want to get rid of you. Okay? You want a man, who appreciates you and buy you little trinkets and things like that, that you like. Get you special things, get you that nice dark Belgium chocolate that you like so much. Stuff like that, Buy you roses when you least expect it, just out of the blue, not because it's Mother's Day, not because Hallmark is telling him it's time. Just out of the blue. Because you're you, baby. And I love you. Cook for him. Clean his house. Take care of him. I just don't understand. What is it? Are North American women all strung out on crack these days? I mean, they don't even have the basics down. How did they expect to have a wonderful, enriched relationship when they don't even cook for their husbands? I mean, I don't know, keep his house clean. Do his laundry. Do you think guys like to sit around laundromats staring at other men's wives? Really? Well, maybe some guys do, I don't know. Especially the guys whose wives won't do their laundry. I mean, I guess they don't really have much of a choice, right? They're going to have to do it themselves, go to that laundry room and maybe hit on some of them single mamas, so-called single mamas. For the life of me, I have never been able to figure this out, and I have brought this up to so many people, and I've silenced them with it. And I don't think I'm wrong. And the reason I don't think I'm wrong is because I just happen to be one of the few people in North America. You know what? I don't think 1% of North American population knows what marriage is. So I feel really alone. Because I know what marriage is. And because I know what marriage is, I know there's no such thing as a single mother. She married somebody at some point. Okay? Single is a title that applies to someone who is not married. Single is a title that applies to someone who is not separated. Single is a title that applies to someone who is not divorced. We need to stop robbing people who are really, truly, and honestly single. It's not fair to them. It's not fair when they got to fill out their tax forms and put down single. Do you follow what I'm saying? When you do your tax forms, there's a thing that says single, married, separated, divorced. Right? I'm pretty sure, at least that's the way it is here in Canada, Maybe it's different in the States. Maybe it's, other. I don't know, But other is other. Other is not single. Single is single. Now, a virgin woman, never knowing a man, well, that means she never married. So yeah, she's single. But any female that voluntarily gave up her virginity to a man has married. Hello? She actually committed the act. Actually, look up the spelling, look at the derivation of that word actually, okay? Learn where the word actually came from. Learn what an act is. Actually. She actually married. That's marriage. She actually married. I don't care if she said her vows. She committed the act of marriage. She married somebody to make those babies. Single? Well, an oxymoron. Single mother. What did she do? Go to a sperm bank and get herself artificially inseminated? You know what? Her flesh still joined with the flesh of a man. That's marriage. You know what the Holy Bible calls marriage? See, this is why they don't want to go by the biblical definition of marriage, people. They don't want people to discover. You know, if pastors were honest, they would tell their congregation what marriage is, but they don't. I haven't seen a pastor yet, a registered government pastor yet, actually say what marriage is and tell the truth, and tell the truth, and tell the truth. I haven't seen one yet do that. Not yet. So let's look at what Christ called marriage. Christ called marriage Ebsar Ishad, one flesh. Now that's the truth, people. Now there's a lot of people going around committing the act of marriage. And they're bad actors. Okay? Because they're just acting. That's it. They're not really committed. I don't care. They still committed the act. They still committed the act. They still married. So, single mom, hello? She's not a single mom. You know what? A widow with children is more entitled to that claim than a woman running around with 2, 3 different babies, different baby daddies. Oh yeah, trust me, they're in my family. Single mom. What a farce. What a farce. Just saying what it is. Guess that makes me a woman hater now because I told the truth. See, on your income tax form, you fill out, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to repeat myself because people are hard of hearing. You know, it just doesn't sink in. They just don't seem to get it. Your status, your marital status, there's a little box there. They want to know what your marital status is. That's for the benefits, okay? Marital status. Married? Single? Divorced? Widow? Common law? least here in Canada. Oh, that's a nice looking car. Look at that nice red car. There's another nice red car, eh? Do you see what I'm driving at? Why would you have single No! She married. She's not a single mom. She married somebody to make that baby. Now either she's divorced or she's separated. Do you follow me here? Well, just because she spread her legs for that baby daddy and gave birth to his child, and that baby daddy up and left her for whatever reason, maybe he didn't want to live with a whore, maybe that was it. Generally, that's the number one reason why men leave women. I mean, I'm telling you, she could be butt ugly, she could be a dog, but if she don't cheat on him, she keeps the house clean, she does dishes, and she treats him like a king. I'm telling you, I know there's some exceptions. The exception only proves the rule. The rule is, you're going to hang on to her anyway. And yeah, you're going to get very, very PO'd if anybody tries to hit on his woman. Why? Because she takes care of him and appreciates him. It doesn't matter if she's butt ugly or a dog. She keeps his house. She gives him massages after work. All he's got to do is lay back and close his eyes and enjoy it. Boy, women are dumb. I'm sorry, but I'm speaking for the majority here, so I can say women are dumb. Men are just as dumb, if not worse. Speaking for the majority here, not the exception. I'll tell you, I would rather have half a dozen butt ugly women in my house, married to me, all of them that treat me like a king, manicure my toenails and give me back massages and cook me supper and do my laundry, take good care of my kids, wash my walls, do my dishes, call me Lord, than one positively absolute knockout gorgeous woman that every Tom, Dick, and Harry would have trouble keeping his hands off. Do you follow my logic? You think I'm really settling for second best? I don't. You know what? I'll tell you something. Some of the nicest ladies I've ever met in my life are overweight. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're compensating. I don't know. Guess what? They're all married too. And what does that tell you? Some women are just dumb. Some women are just so dumb. I'll tell you what it's supposed to tell you. It's supposed to tell you, she might be a few pounds overweight, but she knows how to take care of a man. She knows how to make that man feel like a king. When he comes home from work, she's there. She's not marching around the malls, wasting the family's money. Instead, she's there. How was work, honey? Sit down. Let me massage your shoulders. Let me get you your slippers. Can I get you something to drink, my lord? How many women call... You know what? I'm going to tell you something. My wife calls me Lord. Yeah, she does. I wish she'd call me Lord more often. But she still calls me Lord. Because she knows I'm her Lord. And she also knows that every time she says, "Yes, my lord," I'll say, "Thank you, my lady." I'm not ashamed to call her my lady. She's my lady. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't this much. She does my dishes. She does my laundry. She keeps my home clean. She takes good care of my girls, my babies, our babies. I mean, you know, I don't want to get into details here, but I'm the only man she's ever known. You know what? I didn't think that would make a difference when I was a younger man. I got to tell you something. It makes a bigger difference than I ever thought it would. In fact, that was one of the first things I discovered. Man, when you marry a virgin, it makes a big difference when you marry a virgin. I was so surprised. I didn't know. I mean, I had been married to the wife of my youth so long. I mean, she knew at least half a dozen guys before she met me, the wife of my youth. I didn't know there was such a difference. Big difference, guys. It does a thing to your psyche. It does something to your mind. It makes you feel special. It makes you feel unique. You really know that you're her one and only. You know? Now that is a man's privilege. That is not necessarily a woman's privilege. I said not necessarily. It's not necessarily her privilege to know that she's the only woman her husband has ever known. And she has no advantage in that. Okay, I'm going to tell you, she has no advantage in that. Because odds are, because she's the only woman her husband's ever known, if she's not prepared to share him later on in life, he'll more than likely cheat on her. And if he really is a man who's only known her and no other woman ever, I'm not saying, remember I said necessarily, okay? Because maybe he's one of those rare men who was formed in his mother's womb to be a monogamist, okay? They exist. And I respect them. My hat's off to them. All right? I respect those sorts of men. You know why I respect those sorts of men? Because I lived monogamously for 24 years. And I never so much as kissed another woman during the course of that time. And do you think I was appreciated for that? Do you think I was actually treated like someone special for that? Do you think I was... No. Not at all. But along comes this virgin. And now I'm treated like somebody. There's a difference, guys. There's a big difference. Don't kid yourself. Young men, there's a big difference between a virgin and a woman who's been around. Big difference. And as a man, it is your privilege to be her one and only. A woman hardly stands to benefit being a man's one and only. In fact, she has a lot to benefit with a man who is experienced, knows what he's doing, even in the marriage bed, knows how to treat a woman gently, properly, decently, respectfully. He knows how because he's been around. Let's just hope he hasn't been around other men's wives. Let's just hope he hasn't been around whores. Let's just hope that the women that he's been around are still his wives. That's a high hope, isn't it, in this messed up North American society of ours. More often than not, he's a man who got screwed over and screwed over and screwed over and over and over and over and over again. Those are the odds. Good odds there. If you were a gambling person, you'd make a mint on those odds. Alright? And he might have been a man who was just trying to find one virtuous woman, never mind 2 or 3, just one. Lord, just give me one. You know, I tried to honor the non-virgin, okay? I tried to take that, forgiving road. Oh, so what? The past is the past. She's been with a few guys. I've been with a few women. It's the same thing. No, it's not. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because she will never, ever regard you like my virgin wife regards me. She will always put you alongside those other men, especially when she's mad at you. It's not the same, guys. Men are not women. Women are not men. Take it from the voice of experience. And I'm not just going on my words. Oh, no. Testimony after testimony. 24 years, guys. Married to a woman who knew at least half a dozen other guys. In fact, there's a saying that when a woman admits that she's been with 2 or 3 other guys, you can multiply that by a factor of 3. So if she tells you she's been with 6 guys, do the math. Because that's probably closer to the truth. I seriously, they did studies on this. Women will lie about how many men they've been with. Oh, well, that was a one-night stand. That doesn't count. Oh, well, I was drunk. That doesn't matter. That doesn't. Oh, well, no. Look. Men are not women. Women are not men. There's a difference. And I'm learning this the hard way. I'm learning every day, every step. I'm learning there's a difference. There's a difference. You know what I told my sister? I said, wow, what a difference being married to a virgin. She blew up. There's no difference. She starts screaming at me. Oh yeah, there's a difference.